All right, go ahead and come to your comfortable seated position. Great, look at all these people. I'm so excited. All right, yeah. So go ahead and come into your comfortable seat wherever you choose that to be, whether it's on a block with your legs crossed. And then think about lengthening your spine up to the ceiling. So bring your hands to your lap or to your knees. In yoga, palms down means that you're like grounding yourself because you have too much energy, and palms up means you're asking the universe for more energy. So if you're feeling a little lethargic, maybe you want your palms up. If you're ready to wind down, palms down. And now gently draw your belly button in and think about lifting up from the crown of your head so that your spine is getting nice and tall. And as you do this, let your shoulders relax. Nice. And if it's comfortable, let your eyes close or gaze softly out at the ground in front of you. And then start to deepen your breath. Slowing it down. And then inhale deeply to a count of 4. 3, 2, 1. Retain that breath. And then exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold that breath. And then exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Retain that breath. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Last round. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold it. And exhale 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and reach your arms out to either side and all the way up overhead. Interlace your fingers and then flip your palms up to the ceiling. Reach your palms all the way up. And now draw them down so your elbows get nice and wide. And then exhale, press them back up again. Inhale, draw them down. Exhale, press them up. One more time. Inhale, down. And exhale up. Keep your arms up. Release the grip. Bring your left hand down to the floor. Reach your right arm up and exhale over to the left. Try and keep your right hips, right sit bone attached to the ground. Reach your fingers further towards the windows. Take a big inhale, exhale. Maybe you can reach a little bit further. And then on your next exhale, bring your arms both back up and then drop your right hand down. Reach your left fingers up and exhale over to the right. Drop your left hip down. Try and keep your heart open so that you're not looking down, but you're looking straight out. Nice. One more big breath. Exhale a little bit deeper. And then come all the way back up. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. And then roll your shoulders forward 3 times. And then from here, one more. We're going to make our way into our tabletop. So go ahead and come to your hands and knees. Line your hands up underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. Look back between your legs and you should not be able to see your feet. Spread your fingers, your pointer fingers pointing forward, and then press into all your fingertips. Drop your belly, big inhale, cow spine. Exhale, round for cat. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. Come back to your neutral spine. Turn your fingers to either side of your mat and go ahead and sway yourself right to left, working out maybe some hip and some wrist. If it's available, go ahead and turn your fingers all the way towards your knees, stretching your forearms. Then continue with a little free form movement, seeing what feels good. And then let your fingers make their way back to pointing towards the head of your mat. Reach your right leg back behind you. Connect all 5 toes to the floor and rock back and forth over your toes. So you're getting a nice calf stretch. You're stretching your toes, giving them some extra movement. And now come to neutral with your shoulders over your wrists. Reach your left fingertips forward. From here, if you can, lift up. Extend your fingertips and your toes away from each other. Think about lifting your belly button to your spine. Gaze straight down. And then on your exhale, draw your knee and elbow together. And then inhale. Reach away. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Inhale, reach away, pressing down into your left shin. Bring your knee and elbow together and reach away. Lower your hand, lower your leg. So your right toes are on the ground. Your left shin is on the ground. You're going to lift your left foot up and rotate it so that you can come onto your left arm, coming into a very supported side plank. So from here, you're going to reach your fingertips towards me, over your head, nice, and the back up to the ceiling. Reach your fingertips towards me and back up to the ceiling. Now, if you want to add a little bit, when you reach your fingertips towards me, you can lift your leg at the same time. Nice, Kale. And then reach your fingertips back up, lower your leg down. Reach your fingertips, lift your leg. Nice, Marnie. And lower back down. One more time. And then come all the way back to tabletop. Go ahead and shake that out a little bit. Maybe shake your wrists off if you need to. And then extend your left foot back behind you. Rock back and forth over those toes. So while you're doing this rocking, remember that you want to keep your torso engaged, your core working. So you're not just like all slouchy. And now reach your right fingertips forward, float your right arm and left leg up. If you are balanced here by pressing your right shin into the mat, on your exhale, bring your knee and elbow to meet. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee and elbow meet. Inhale, extend. Nice. Exhale, knee and elbow meet. One more time, extend. Knee and elbow meet. And then lower the feet, lower the hands. So you're going to lift your right shin, rotate it 90 degrees, peel your left arm up, and then reach your left fingertips overhead, back up to the ceiling. Reach them overhead, back up to the ceiling. Overhead, you can add the leg this time, and lower. Lift and lower. Nice, Ben. One more time. Lift and lower. Make your way back to tabletop. And again, take a moment if you need to like shake out your wrists, give them a break. Slide your hands forward, one hand print. Tuck all 10 toes under. Cover your knees as you start to lift your hips up to come into your downward facing dog. You can make that as slow or as fast as you want. Once you're in your downward facing dog, you want your feet to be about hip distance apart, your arms about shoulder distance apart. Point your pointer fingers towards the top of your mat. Bring your head between your arms. And breathe here. As you inhale, think about your hips reaching up and back behind you. And as you exhale, think about your spine growing longer. Take one more breath here. And on your inhale, I want you to think about rolling through your spine like a wave to come into your plank pose. Now, you might find that in this plank, you feel a little off, so maybe you need to walk your feet back or walk your feet closer. You want your shoulders over your wrists. Everybody looks good. And now, like I'm pulling you up and back from your hips, lift back up into your downward facing dog. In this down dog, feel free to pedal your knees. Maybe you like the stillness. All right, we're going to roll forward again. So think about rolling like a wave, one vertebra at a time, all the way forward into this plank pose. Take a breath here. And then lift your hips up, coming back into downward facing dog. And then roll forward one more time. Last time, I promise. Into plank, take a breath, and then lift up to downward facing dog. Float your right leg up behind you, nice and straight, so your knee is pointing down, and draw your knee into your chest. Slide your foot or use your hand to bring your foot up between your hands. Lower your left knee down, untuck your toes, reach your arms out and up. So from here, check that your feet are on railroad tracks so that you're about hip distance apart. You should be pressing down with your right foot, your left shin, and then extend your body up to the ceiling. One more breath here. Exhale, float those hands down, curl your toes, step back to downward facing dog. Float your left leg up behind you. Bring your knee into your chest, make space, step it up between your hands. Lower your right knee down, untuck your toes. Make sure you're on those railroad tracks and then lift yourself up. Press your right shin down into the mat and feel the stretch through your right hip flexor. And then float your fingertips down, curl your toes, step back to downward facing dog. Float your right leg up, draw your right knee in, slide your right foot up between your hands. Maybe you keep your left leg lifted this time. Plant your left hand, twist up to the right. Nice. Now in this twist, drop your right hip down. Nice. And then float the right hand down, step back to downward facing dog. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw the left knee into your chest, slide it all the way up. Right knee can stay lifted or you can bring it down to the mat. Plant your right hand down and pull your left arm up to the ceiling. Breathe here. Reach your right heel back. Feel the top of your thigh stretch and activate. One more breath. And now float the left hand down. Step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Nice. Float your right leg up. Bring your right knee into your chest. Slide your right foot up between your hands. So you can keep your left knee lifted or bring it back down to the mat. Reach your arms up, high lunge. Bring your hands to heart center. And now we're going to twist, bringing our left elbow to the outer edge of our left thigh. Nice. Good job. You can make a fist with your left hand and press down with your right hand to twist a little bit further. Squeeze your inner thighs for balance. Reach your heel back. One more breath. And now untwist, reach your arms up, float them down, step back to downward facing dog. Float your left leg up behind you. Bring your left knee into your chest, slide the left leg up. So keep your right knee lifted or go ahead and bring it down to the mat. Reach your arms up. Bring your hands to heart center. Find your balance here. And then on your exhale, twist, bringing your right elbow to the outer edge of your left thigh. You can make a fist with your right hand, press your left hand onto it, and twist a little bit deeper. Whew, reach your right heel back. Press your left big toe down. One more breath here. And then reach up to the ceiling. Float your hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Stay here in down dog or take a child's pose. And we're going to rest for 3 breaths. Look towards your hands and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands, coming into a deep forward fold. Slightly bend your knees. If available, reach for opposite elbows. Let your head and neck hang heavy. Maybe you rock a little bit side to side. And then release your fingers and start to roll up nice and slowly, pressing down with your feet, coming all the way up to stand. Bringing your shoulders over your hips over your knees over your ankles. Let your shoulders relax a little bit. Coming to the tops of your mats, we'll do some sun A. So inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your right leg back. Pause and open your heart here. Replant your hands, slide your left leg back. Bending your elbows, lower yourself all the way down to your mat. Untuck your toes, lift your chest, baby cobra. Lower back down, pressing up through tabletop. Curl your toes, downward facing dog. Float your right leg up behind you, step your right foot forward. Come up onto your fingertips, open your heart, and then exhale, bring your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. And then exhale, right back down again. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left leg back, open your heart forward. Plant your hands, slide your right leg back to meet your left. Lower your knees. Bring your elbows in by the edge of your chest as you lower your chest and chin. Untuck your toes, baby cobra. Exhale, either up through plank or tabletop to downward facing dog. And breathe. Float your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot forward. Come up onto your fingertips, open your heart. Bring your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, fingers touch. And then exhale, right back down again. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back. This time I invite you to bring your hands up to your thighs. Gently press that top thigh away from you. And then bring your hands down, step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or if you're ready, halfway down, Untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Float your right leg up behind you. Step your right leg all the way forward. Bring your hands to your thighs. Gently press down. And then bring your hands to the floor. Bring your left foot to meet your right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. One more time. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Hands to your thighs or reach them up for high lunge. Exhale your hands down. Step back to plank, your choice, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga halfway down. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Float your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot forward. Fingertips on the floor, on the thighs, or all the way up. And then float your fingertips down, step your right foot forward, inhale, flat back, exhale, fold forward, inhale, come all the way up to stand, palms touch, and then exhale your hands down by your side. Good, everyone. All right, bring your feet to about hip distance apart. We're gonna take our left foot, lift our left knee up into the air. Hands on waist or wherever you need for balance, walls, chairs, everything's available. And then when you're ready, open this knee out to the left. And then bring your left foot somewhere along your leg, above or below your knee, not on your knee. And then think about getting tall. Reach your arms up to the air if that's available. Press your left foot into your right leg. That opposition of your leg and your foot is going to help you balance. Find something to gaze at that's not moving. Lengthen your tailbone down. Maybe close your eyes or one eye. All right, now bring that knee towards me. Extend the leg straight out. Try and balance here. Good job, everyone. And then bring your foot down to the ground. Go ahead and shake it out. Whew, nice work. All right, other leg, lift the right knee up. Have your balance, open the right knee out to the side. Bring that right foot to your thigh or your calf or the floor. All right, we're all doing it. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Think about your tailbone lengthening, your shoulders relaxing. Like I'm pulling the top of your head. Nice. And then bring your knee towards me. Extend your leg out. Balance here on one leg. Nice. All right. We're going to try a little warrior three. We don't normally do a lot of warrior three, but why not? So instead of putting it in the flow, we're just going to go straight into it. So we're going to reach our arms up to the sky, and then we're going to bring them out into a T. So bring your right foot behind you. This might be your extent of your warrior three. Otherwise, you're going to think about keeping your head to heel in one line and hinging forward so that your torso is parallel to the floor. All right. Now, if you want to make this more challenging, you can reach your arms forward, and that makes it harder to balance. You can also lower your leg back down to the floor. Okay, and now everyone, bring your hands down to the ground. Lift your leg up behind you. Take one more breath here. And then place your right foot by your left foot and gently roll all the way up to stand. Nice. All right, so reach those arms up overhead, out into a T. Reach your left leg back this time. Once you have your balance, start to hinge. Maybe your leg stays on the ground in a kickstand position. If you are like good here with your arms out to the side, you can experiment bringing them so that your biceps are by your ears, which takes away this nice balancing effect that you have with your arms and makes it a little bit more challenging. Nice, everyone. And now lower your back foot, lower your hands, and then lift your left foot up as high as it'll go. Nice. And now bring your left foot by your right, bend your knees and slowly roll all the way up to stand. All right. Shake it out if you need to. And we're going to make our way to the front of the mat. And we will build a flow. All right. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into plank. From this plank, you can choose your vinyasa. So straight down, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, baby cobra, or upward facing dog into downward facing dog. So you'll have the option every time we go through this to either choose your own or skip it all together or take a child's pose. All of those are very viable. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest and slide your left foot up between your hands. You are in your low lunge. Take a breath here. Reach your arms all the way up, high lunge. From this high lunge, we're going to rotate our foot and our torso to come into warrior two, facing the door. So our front foot, nice, should be dissecting our back foot. Look over your fingertips, arms are at shoulder height. We're going to reach our arms up overhead as we straighten our leg, and then exhale, press back down into our warrior two. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale, press back down. One more time, lift up. And exhale down. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. So your right hand is on your back leg, or you can bring it around your waist for that half bind. Think about lifting through your left rib cage and then exhaling back. Straighten your left leg, keep reaching back behind you, and then reach towards me with your left arm as you slowly come down into triangle. Reach your right arm all the way up to the sky. Breathe here. Think about engaging your inner thighs, opening your heart up. Nice. And now bend your left knee, coming into side angle with your hand on the ground or your arm on your shin. Come back to warrior two. Cartwheel down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Nice, Kale. And breathe. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee all the way up, foot between your hands. Square your hips, open your heart, reach your arms out and up, high lunge. Twist open into warrior two. Gaze over those fingertips. Now notice if you swayed and think about drawing yourself back up, keeping your knee open over your big toe. And now straighten your front leg, tap your fingers overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen and melt. Lengthen and melt. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Your arm is back on your leg or it reaches around for that half bind. Think about lifting your right rib cage, opening up, reaching back. Straighten your right leg, keep reaching towards the back of the room, and then with your right arm, reach all the way forward as far as you can. Then bring your right hand down to your shin or a block or the floor and reach your left arm up. Breathe here. Think about your inner thighs engaging, activating, lifting away from the ground. We're going to bend our right knee, either placing our forearm on our right thigh or our fingertips stay on that block or on the ground, coming into side angle. Come up to warrior two, and then cartwheel yourself down, step back to plank, go through your version of your vinyasa, and we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. All right, float your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, open your hip. And just for fun, this time we're going to bring our left knee all the way across to our left elbow in our plank. And then we're going to extend it back up behind us. And then we're going to bring our left knee to our left elbow and then extend the leg back up behind us. And this time we'll step it all the way through into our low lunge. From here, we're going to reach up into our high lunge, open into our warrior two. Breathe here. Lengthen up, arms touch. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen up. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen up. Exhale, melt. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathe here. Straighten your left leg, peaceful triangle. Extend your left arm all the way down and forward to the floor. Right arm up. Beautiful triangles. So now we're going to come into lizard. So you're going to bring your right arm down to the floor. You're going to bend your left knee and both hands are on the inside of your left foot. Lift your right heel. So it's a low lunge with your left foot a little bit wider. Nice, everyone. Breathe here. Lower your right knee down. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Gently press it away from you as you take a little bit of a back bend. And now reach your left arm up and maybe bring it all the way back behind you. If you're comfortable there, you can think about bringing your right toes off the ground and holding onto your right foot. Another breath here. And then slowly release, bring both hands back to the inside of your left foot. Curl your right toes under, lift your right heel up. We're going to reverse out of it the same way. So now lift your right heel down and come into your side angle. You got it, Anna. It's exactly the opposite of what we did. Now bring your left forearm to your left thigh and come back to warrior two. And now cartwheel yourself down. Step back to plank. Your choice of your vinyasa, or skip it, take it down, take a child's pose, whatever you need to do. That was fun. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. All right, so float your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, open your hip. From here, we're going to bring our right knee all the way across to our left elbow. Whee! And then back up behind us. Right knee to right elbow. And then back up behind us. And now right knee through center into our low lunge. Heart open. And we're gonna come all the way up to our high lunge. And then open into our warrior two. Straighten our front leg, palms touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale, melt back down. Lift up. Exhale, melt. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Lifting. Straighten your front leg, reach towards me. Come all the way into triangle. All right. This is where it got a little funky last time. So we're going to come into our lizard lunge. So we're going to bring our left hand down to the floor so that both hands are on the inside of our right foot. Bend our right knee and lift our left heel. Lizard lunge. Lower your left knee down. Bring your right hand to your right thigh. Gently press it away from you, taking a small back bend. And then from here, reach your right arm up to the ceiling, maybe back behind you. Maybe you bend your left foot and you catch your left toes. All of that is optional. Remember, this is not supposed to hurt. If there is pain, back off. These are just suggestions. And now release, bring both hands back down. So your right hand and your left hand, nice. Lift your left toes. Now plant your left heel down like you're in warrior two. Yep. And then bring your left hand up to the ceiling, side angle. Slide your right forearm onto your right thigh. And now you're back in warrior two. You did a unique version last time. Wheel your hands down, step back to plank, and go through your version of your vinyasa. It's okay. These are just suggestions. You can interpret it any way you want. All right, this time we're going to float our left leg up behind us. We're going to draw our left knee over to our our right elbow. Reach our left leg back up behind us. Left knee to left elbow. Reach our left leg up behind us. We're going to draw our left knee to our chest and take one breath here in plank, hugging our knee in. And now slide your left foot up between your hands. You are in your low lunge. Reach your arms up, coming into your high lunge. It's always a wobbly one. Open into your warrior two. Lengthen and straighten. Melt back down. Lengthen and straighten. Melt back down. One more time. And melt back down. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. You can definitely take the half bind again if you like doing that. Straighten your front leg. Keep reaching back. Come into triangle. Left hand down, right arm up. Nice. And now we're going to stand up tall. So keeping your arms in this T shape, come all the way back up. Turn both toes towards the door. And now bring your heels in. So you're in your wide second goddess pose. So I'm going to move so you actually can see me. So we're in our goddess pose. So your knees are going to come out over your toes. Bring your feet in a little bit closer. There you go. Yeah, a little bit closer. So if you took ballet, you're in second. And now we're going to hug over to your right. Come back to center. Exhale, hug over to your left. Come back to center, over to the right. And center, and over to the left. And center. Stand back up. Shift your feet so you can come back to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Nice. All right, other side, last run. Float your right leg up behind you. Right knee to left elbow. Right leg up behind you. Right knee to right elbow. Right leg up behind you. Right knee to chest. Hold here. And then slide the right foot up between your hands. Inhale up, high lunge. Open into warrior two. Lengthen up, melt back down. Lengthen up, melt back down. Lengthen and melt. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior, with or without the half bind. Breathe here. Straighten your right leg. Reach your right arm up and towards me. Coming all the way into triangle, left arm to the ceiling. Inner thighs are engaging. And now keeping your arms in this T shape, straight out, and keeping your legs straight, you're gonna lift yourself back up to stand. You're gonna turn your toes in towards the side and then bring your heels in so that you're not so far out. Find a stance that's comfortable, bend your knees into goddess. And now this time we're gonna exhale, round forward like a cat-cow and open. Exhale, round and open. Exhale, round, open. One more time. Exhale, round and open. Straighten your legs. Turn your feet so that you can come back to warrior two. Cartwheel yourself down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of vinyasa. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Take one more breath here. And then ripple yourself like a wave back into that plank position. We're going to slowly lower all the way down to the mat. And once you're all the way down, untuck your toes. We're going to reach our arms back behind us like we're holding our cape, our superhero cape. And then we're going to lift our arms up behind us, lift our chest, press the tops of your feet into the ground. Breathe here. And then lower down, turn your cheek so that one ear is on the mat. Maybe shake your hips out a little bit. All right, you can repeat that. Or if you want to add a little bit to it, we're going to add the legs. So bring your forehead back to the mat. Reach your fingertips back towards your ankles. And then on your inhale, lift your chest, your torso, your legs up off the ground. Palms are facing the ceiling, toes are pointed back. Nice. Breathe here. One more breath. And then slowly exhale down. Put the other cheek on the mat. Release your hips. Maybe give them a little shake. All right, so you have option A, you have option B. If you want to go to the next level, you're going to bring your forehead back to the mat. You're going to bend your knees. See if you can find your ankles or your feet. And then when you're ready, press your feet into your hands and let that effort lift your chest up off the ground. Once your chest is lifted, maybe you can push your feet into your hands and lift your thighs up off the ground. Now release your jaw, make sure you're breathing. One more breath if it's available, and then slowly lower everything back down, other cheek on the ground, and shake your hips out. We're going to press ourselves back into a child's pose, leaving our foreheads on the ground. Take a breath here. And then come into your tabletop. We're going to move into pigeon, so you can take your pigeon from your tabletop, or if you prefer to enter pigeon from down dog, go ahead and meet me up there. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee to your right wrist, bring your right leg across you, slide your left foot back behind you. If this is as far as you go, this is where you stay. Otherwise, go ahead and fold forward, either onto your elbows or further down. Maybe you stack your hands so that you have some place for your forehead to rest. And think about your leg that's extended back behind you. Does it feel like it's straight? You can even take a look back there and check on it. The shoelace portion of your foot should be on the ground. Nice adjustment. If this doesn't feel good for you, take a reclined figure 4 on your back. And see if you can drop your right hip just a little bit more. Few more breaths here, really sitting in, letting your hips open, letting your shoulders relax. And then start to slowly come out of it, lifting up your chest, maybe straightening your arms, exploring a little bit of a back bend here. And then when you're ready, slide your hands back, curl your toes, step back into downward facing dog. Pedal that out. And now float the left leg up behind you. Draw the left knee to the left wrist, bringing the left shin across your body. Slide your right leg back. Stay here or slowly make your way down, paying attention to how your hips feel. Is your right leg, knee facing down? Shoelace portion of your foot facing down? And then maybe your forehead comes all the way down to the ground. Maybe it comes onto your hands. Maybe you have a block or a pillow or something of that nature, a stinky shoe. Think about lifting and growing from your hips to the crown of your head. Your spine should feel like it's getting a little bit longer, like a piece of taffy. It's gently pulling. Let your hips sink. Just a few more breaths. And now start to slowly come out, straightening your arms, maybe exploring a little bit of a back bend here. And then curl your right toes, make your way back to tabletop or downward facing dog. Shake it out. And then everybody lower your knees, cross your toes, roll back, and extend your legs out in front of you. So with a slight bend to your knees, we're going to reach our arms up and then exhale, hinge at your hips, keep your back straight as long as possible. And then when you're ready, bring your hands towards your feet or your ankles or your shins and let yourself roll forward. By bending your knees, you give yourself space in your lower back. And then once you're there and you settle in, maybe you extend your heels away from you just a millimeter, just a tiny little millimeter, exploring what that feels like, moving into this deep forward bend nice and slowly. You're compressing all of your internal organs. Two more breaths. Last breath. And then slowly roll all the way up into seated. Slide your feet onto the ground. You can either lay right back, or I invite you to enjoy me in this nice long slow roll. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slide the soles of your feet onto the mat. Go ahead and windshield wiper your legs right to left, left to right. So at this point, I'm going to offer you this couple minutes to do whatever you feel like you need to do. Maybe you want to take a bridge. Maybe you want to take a legs up the wall. Maybe you want to take a deep recline twist with bringing one knee in and then all the way across your body. Maybe you're ready for a happy baby. Maybe you're like, I am completely done, Angela, and I am going to move into my Shavasana. But we all have slightly different bodies and need slightly different activities. If you're with me in this twist, roll back into center, hug both knees in again, and then extend the other leg and bring that knee across, extending the arm, looking over that shoulder. Slowly roll back onto your back. Maybe bring your knees in for a happy baby. Let's see if I can guess the right light switch. I did it. And then when you're ready, slowly extend one arm away from you, and then the other arm, and then one leg, and then the other leg. As we move into our Shavasana, and then once you're there, I'm going to come around with some lavender oil for Shavasana adjustment. If this is something you do not want, place one hand on your stomach and I'll know to avoid you. Great. All right, everybody, fingers on the mat. Extend your legs. Take a big inhale. Envision that you're bringing all this air and breath and newness into your body. Hold it in. And then exhale, let out everything you don't need. We're going to take another inhale, drawing in everything from the earth that's good. Hold it, squeeze it, maybe even retain that breath, tightening all your muscles. And then exhale, let it all release. One more time, breathe in deeply, engaging from your toes, up your legs, through your torso, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, engaging every muscle, tightening them up, hold and retain your breath. And then slowly exhale, letting it all melt away, feeling your body get heavy, sinking into the mat. Start to deepen your breath. Slowly wiggle your toes and your fingers. Maybe let your head rock gently side to side. If you're ready, reach your arms up overhead, taking a big stretch like you might in the morning. And then carefully roll onto one side, whichever side feels natural for you. We'll take a few breaths here, letting ourselves readjust. And then slowly press yourself up into a seated position. Whatever seat is good for you. Bring one hand to your heart, to your chest, one hand to your torso, your belly. If it's comfortable, close your eyes. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your breath, your life force moving around inside of you. Thank yourself for taking time to join me in this practice, to do something just for you. I thank you all for letting me lead you through this practice. Namaste.